What's going on, man? Back at y'all with a brand new sneaker video. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm tired of not being able to cop shoes like this, or like this.
And this, 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 and this.
For retail. Like, it's getting ridiculous. Like, you gotta do all these raffles, you gotta do all these signups, you gotta buy in store to get a chance to buy a shoe that they raffling off. You have to create a membership for 20 different accounts just to get a shoe for retail. And I mean, if you don't mind doing the raffles, like it's okay, but it's like you have to do literally 30 raffles and hope you get one W, which is ridiculous because it's like who really wants to be doing 20 plus raffles just to get a chance to win one time? And then it's like if you hit multiple times, yeah, you could sell the shoe, but who really want to be out of, like, say for instance, if you do one of the shops that actually charge your card, if you want to be out of $600 until for like a week or two, and that may not be money that you had to spend that you can't go and get the same day. And it's even worse if you want to get shoes like this, which are more hyped up and expensive. And it's just really getting overwhelming, especially like with everything. Like, I feel like since the pandemic started, it was just an easy way for them to not only make things more, they already had things limited, but then they starting to go up on price on everything. Like, I just seen that Air Forces Ones are starting to go for $100, which isn't really a big deal. I mean, like, retail was 90 before, so it was like 106 before then, but it's like it's already a limited shoe. Like, they started passing it, I'm guessing because so many customizers do customs on the shoes and then make money off of that. So they're buying like maybe 20 pairs when they go into a store. But
Today, Junior?
sorry, I had a brain fart. But yeah, they made a limit on a shoe that people want to wear pretty often. Like, if you ain't got nothing to wear and you want to just get you something real quick, Air Force Ones is most likely to go to. That, maybe some Tims, maybe some black Air Force Ones if you're trying to, you feel me? Or, you know, what you just, an all white shoe is just a pretty much go-to shoe. Like, you can wear that with anything. And for that price to be going up, potentially all these shoes, the prices are going up. Like, I've seen most of the shoes next year. Like, I think the Red Thunders are still going to be 190, I believe. But after that, most of the Jordans that usually are 190 are going to be 200 to 210. And it started last year. I remember the the winterized Jordan 14s. Those were going for a price tag of 210. Which I get, they had the extra material in it, but we shouldn't be paying 210 for a Jordan 14. No, don't get me wrong. Like, they're a cool shoe. Like, I love the 1 through the 14, but why 210? And it's not like they make them every year anyway. Like, the only shoe I believe that should be maybe worthy of like 210, 220 is the Jordan 11. And it's like, we get that as a holiday shoe. We might get some lows throughout the year. Those could be like 190, but like, why not keep that same price tag? Like, to these big companies, y'all already rich. And it's like, I get like y'all lost money last year, but I remember going to one shoe store. They were saying, like, I overheard them saying, like, even though they lost half the year, they made more in sales than they did the year before. Because as soon as people got all their money and they was able to go outside, they was able to buy more stuff. So they like, shit, if they want to buy the shit anyway, we might as well go up on it. But eventually, as the consumer goes, and this is just based on a California person, as far as living, like, they trying to raise the minimum wage to 15, which that isn't even enough for somebody to get a house by themselves. So it's like, why would you be using your hard-earned money to buy a sneaker rather than somewhere to live? So it just doesn't make sense. They need to make a more affordable shoe. And as far as these raffle goes, like, it doesn't make sense that this is gonna be a complaint and an information piece, just so y'all know what you usually have to go through to get a shoe and have a chance to buy a shoe. Like, for these dunks I got right here. Personally, I didn't really have faith that I would win them. I actually got lucky and hit on these on Champs, but usually with the Champs or the Foot Locker umbrella, if you want to enter on all those stores, you have an opportunity to. They let you pick your size. You get 3 different stores, and then you have to use these head starts to even get a chance to buy it, which you get from buying in the store anyway. It kind of works out if you're able to Like if you're a common buyer who might, for example, you might go there every once in a while, buy a pair of socks or buy some clothes, or you might step out and buy some shoes, or buy this for your kids, or like if you really want to play the system, like you can get somebody else your phone number, and that give you points too. And then it's like you get points from actually winning these, but it's like it's no guarantee you go win. Like I think it's been a couple times too where I just put stores, like I usually pick Baldwin Hills Mall, and like I usually pick Baldwin Hills Mall, Fox Hills, and maybe downtown, just so it's nothing that's too far, but stores that are like I know they will get a decent amount of pairs. Not really as far as Baldwin Hills, but just so I can keep it close if I can win close by at home. And yeah, it's just the same thing with the other stores too. Like I don't know what's going on with Foot Action. I remember seeing a couple weeks ago that they might be selling it, which I was kind of confused about, but I did see at Baldwin Hills Mall that Foot Action store isn't there anymore, which is shocking. And then you have to do the raffle if you want to hit at Champs. They got a separate raffle for Kids Foot Locker. And even with that pair, like I had to go, it was a lot going on that day, but I had to go all the way to the Del Amo Fashion Center to pick up that pair. And it was like, I was glad I won, but it was like, I didn't even know they had a Champs in Del Amo. So I had to go there, find Del Amo, and this whole run around Scooby-Doo ass situation where I'm trying to find the store and hopefully get the shit. And then it's like when I got there, they locked me out of the account, so I wasn't able to pull it up at first, but luckily they had my name and everything worked out. But still, it's like, why have to go through all this bullshit? Like, the raffle ticket system, even though it may have been flawed, I'm not gonna lie and say, like, personally, I haven't seen it, but I wouldn't be surprised if some stores did kind of cheat that, just because most stores only get 20% as far as, like, employee shoe ratio. Like, if you don't really understand, like say they get 100 pairs of a certain shoe, that's every pair, like men's, grade school, infant, whatever. Employees get 20 pairs that can be used with the employee discount. So if you get 100 pairs and you got 1,000 tickets, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody throwing half the tickets out or something like that. But it's just that it just makes it harder to get a shoe, and eventually it's gonna draw more people out of the shoe game, because most of these people, they're not even buying shoes to wear them, they just buying them to sell them. Which I got no problem against. Like if you can buy a shoe for less than $200 and you can flip it for over a band, by all means. But for the people that actually want to wear it, it's like, just make more pairs. Make it so that if they want to do that, by all means, but let me wear the shoe if I want to buy the shoe for retail. So yeah, man, as far as that goes, unfortunately, they're my biggest. The Foot Locker umbrella has been my biggest go-to when it comes to dubs. But you can also do raffles through like Chic, which they're just kind of weird. Like you have to go in store, scan a QR code, and you can only do one store with them. So it's like, pick your store wisely. For this pair, I actually won of a foreign site called End. They're one of the sites that I was talking about earlier, where they'll charge your card if you win. So it's like, you just plan you got to be ready for that hit in case you win. But it's like, it's not really likely. Like I probably did at least 50 raffles on End, and this is the only thing I won on. And I was shocked, but it's like you paid a little more too. Like I think the retail for this was like $200. In total, I paid $260. So it's like you paying to play, but it's like, is it really worth it in the long run? Because it's like, who really want to be doing this? Like personally, I love shoes. Like I don't really see myself stop buying them. Like I'm trying to get the Red Thunders on the 17th as we speak. But like for the average consumer, it doesn't make sense. And I just seen that woman who was trying to buy some J's or something, and then she started talking about how she got directed to StockX and GOAT, and Jordan sent her a tweet saying they were gonna send her something. It ain't no telling what she got, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's something hyped up just to make it seem like she got a chance to actually get something in the future, or if they just sent her some bullshit and was like, you know, here, we just sent you something. So with that being said, let me know y'all thoughts down below. Like I said, my store list is based on California. So if you got a better way, or if you're in a different state and you have a better solution when it comes to doing that. So with that being said, I appreciate anybody who's watching this video. Let me know what you think down below. If you can, watch my old videos, subscribe, and if you can, even if you don't want to subscribe, at least leave a like. Let me get a like, bro. I want to at least get 50 likes on this video. If I can get 50 likes, it'll be greatly appreciated. That being said, hope you have a great day. Peace out.